Good evening, everyone, and welcome to episode 114 of the Focus on Gaming podcast. I'm here with Duncan.
Hello.
Hello, and I am Tom. And today we're going to be talking about the ROG Ally X and
The ROG Xbox Ally X.
that one. And because Duncan bought one, he's rich. And all right, he's just in trouble with his wife, but still.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about some games that we've been playing, and we're going to talk about what's in the news. And yeah, we'll keep you busy with all things gaming. How you been, Duncan?
Oh, good. Busy.
Yep. Playing
As
games,
usual. But
playing with your joystick.
well, yeah, we'll get to that. To that. Maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, suppose I have. There are ups and downs in the story, so
Yes.
stay tuned.
I have a lot of questions for you on this. So
let's get your stuff. Your.
Well, let's talk
playing
about what's
away.
in the news first, shall we? Let's talk about what's in the news
Ooh.
because I think obviously we've had some launch events come up. We've had the Apple Vision Pro, which obviously has some great gaming stuff on there that people can play. It's not actually a VR headset, but you can use the PlayStation VR controllers on it. So they've boosted it up. It's slightly heavier than the original, but it's got a different strap, or a different strap on, depending on how. Some AR gaming capabilities in there as well. So, any other news in your world, Duncan?
I'm just very excited about in terms of gaming, like an actual game that's come out. Power Wash Simulator 2 is out now, and I really want to play that. I'm not sure what to get it on though, whether to get it on Xbox or get it on Steam, or likely I think it will come to Game Pass, so I could wait. But I'm like, no. Now that I've got the Xbox Ally X, I'm tempted to get it on there. But if it's a Play Anywhere title, do I get it on it? So many choices.
Well, the head of the Xbox division did an interview recently on the Xbox podcast, and she hinted that the next Xbox console is already in development, and it will be a premium device that will potentially run off Windows. And by the sounds of it, the price could be quite extreme. So I think we are definitely hitting
a home computer console, basically.
Yes. Yeah. So I think we are going to be hitting the £1,000 mark on the next things.
Yeah, I think the Steam method of going, yes, this is valid with this piece of hardware is the future. I think games will be a sort of, if they had a unified power thing where a game could be like, this is rated, or they had a year or something, and I think there should be a level of power assigned to different times. And they should go, right, this is a October 2025. And if something is a bit lower powered, then they could just name it at the power level that something was, I don't know.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. Time will tell.
But yeah, I think similar to the handheld that we got now, I think you'll be able to buy things for PC and play it on there. I think it'll be
It makes sense.
Multi-launcher, I should say.
Yeah, makes sense. In other news, Battlefield 6 Battle Royale got a release date of October the 28th. So
that's very good. Good traction at the moment. That game. People are not that excited about Black Ops 7, which is out in November. I mean, obviously, some people are very excited, but Battlefield 6, a lot of people are saying they're not going to bother with Call of Duty. So, me personally, I just want to play the campaign of Battlefield. So, I'm probably going to wait till it comes on EA Play. which could be a fair way away if it's that popular. So I could be waiting up to a year, I think, because it has. I think it's been one of the most popular Battlefields in quite a few years.
It is. It does look really good. So
Yeah,
I've not played it, but it does.
2042 was a not particularly liked. I think is a kind way of putting it, and still isn't.
No.
I mean, obviously, I didn't play it online or anything really. Well, I did have a little go, but I didn't properly play it. And so I don't know what the issues were, but apparently there was big issues and it didn't feel like a Battlefield game. But apparently this one is back to not necessarily basics, but back to being a fantastic big open battleground battlefield.
To coin a phrase.
Yeah.
In other gaming news, the last two stories, Metroid Prime 4. New footage has come out for the Switch 2, and it's promising 120 FPS. So that's looking promising. Showed some new bosses as well. And in other Xbox news, again, the head of the Xbox division, Sarah Bond, has said that console exclusives are antiquated, and she's planning on releasing more games on other consoles. So we're going to see hopefully more games.
Yeah, and I think monetarily, I think they've made a lot more money by making things multi-platform. And I think her and Phil, I think, are probably being ordered to do make some money quick or this or this or this, because apparently there's been reports that high percentage of profit is behind the layoffs and Perfect Dark cancellation, and that's the problem with these big companies. It's all about the shareholders and the people with the money. The people with the money, what do they want? More money. So let's make everybody else. Yeah,
it's all about driving the profit, and the only way you do that is on multiple platforms. So, and we've only got 3 platforms aside from Steam. So you might as well get your shit out there while you can. So yeah, that's the news. Let's talk about Silent Hill 2 on the PlayStation 5.
Yeah, so apparently it's on Plus now.
It is for streaming or download. So this is the remake. This is the 4K remake, and it is a really, really good remake. I'm really impressed. It's mega spooky still, so they haven't screwed it up. It's mega spooky. It still has that annoying bit of this at the beginning where you wander around in the fog trying to find the building that you go into, and then you meet that weird thing in the street. But of course, you only get a glimmer of it at the beginning, and eventually it comes after you. So I find that a bit irritating, but the rest is really good. I did have this at the beginning, this slight disappointment when it felt like you couldn't run in the game, because obviously it takes a bloody long to walk. But you get to a certain point, then it says, "Oh, press this to run," and that's it. You just start running everywhere. It's great. But yeah, really, really good, and it reeks of the original scare, the fright of playing the first one. You're anticipating things jumping out of you, things moving.
There's a creeping dread kind of fear, isn't it, rather than actually. But then you do have the sort of freaky villains and monsters and stuff.
Yeah, and I put headphones on to play it, and the sound, you can hear it coming from all different directions, and it's good. But I did have children asleep upstairs, and I had to take the headphones off because I thought I was going to start making Duncan noises. So,
like, I'm a manly man and I will not scream.
Yes, essentially.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah. But great game, well worth a play. I wish there was a multiplayer version. I think that would have been absolutely awesome.
Oh, what you mean a sort of a villains or co-op? Like
a co-op. So like me and you could have played it together. Yeah. You could have screamed like a girl, and I could have laughed my way through it. But
well, If you buy it on PC, there isn't mods or multiplayer mods, I don't think, but you can get all sorts of mods. Ones that I saw one where you can remove the fog, and when you remove the fog, the whole Silent Hill is really pretty, and you think it's such a shame that it's behind this fog because the graphics are lovely, and it really did sort of. It really did make you feel sort of sad that it was all hidden to most people. But yeah, so if you're on PC, look out for mods on places like Nexus and stuff.
Just looking at that now with no fog. I mean, what a difference!
Yep, it just looks like a lovely Japanese town, doesn't it? Or Japanese or American town. Yeah.
What a shame they don't have that on PlayStation. That you could do that. So that's awesome. What have you been playing aside from the obvious?
I've still been playing that Settlers New Allies. Again, it's so slow paced. Sometimes I can leave it doing what it's doing, and I can go off and make a cup of coffee, have a chat to the wife, do some work on my phone, and then pick up the controller, and I'll have just got lots of resources and whatnot, and so it is very slow, and it is because you can put these towers down that will defend your place, your base, and quite often on a lot of the maps there's choke points. So when enemies are coming through there, all you have to have is a couple of towers and a couple of decoys. Decoys are like mega high hit point things that attract enemies, so they don't attack your towers. And then while they're attacking that, your towers just take them all out because the towers are really high powered.
Yeah.
And if you have two of them and two decoys, that's it. Pretty much nothing can get past you. At a choke point. So all you have to do is protect the area, and the rest of the time you're just sending out people who expand your territory that you can build on very slowly, and then they have to transport resources from where they're getting to, all this kind of thing. So it is just a really slow paced game, but it's the same dopamine effect as a lot of these mobile games give you. When you're farming and that kind of thing, it's sort of, oh, look, I've got a little bit further into the map and I've revealed more of the map. And, there, I found where the enemies are. So I can just find a choke point and build some towers. And then you just sit back, let them get all the resources, and hey presto. But yeah, it's not reviewed very well because I've had quite a few bugs where either I've had to restart the game or the game has crashed. Luckily, it does save pretty much constantly, so I've never actually lost any of my game progression. And you can manually save as well, just in case you want to go back. Plus, you can restart scenarios. But all I can imagine, because there's multiplayer, and the only thing I can imagine with the multiplayer is that it's going to take you hours and hours to do it. So I haven't tried the multiplayer, and I doubt I will, and that's possibly why it's got reviewed poorly. I haven't really actually read reviews of it because I just saw on Metacritic it was on like 54%. So I was like, I don't want to read why I shouldn't like it because I do like it. But it is basic, it is slow, and I can imagine the multiplayer is pretty poor. So,
well, I may check it out and see what's what.
So what else? What else have I have been playing? Something else. My son has been playing Keeper. That's come out. It's a weird sort of narrative adventure where you are a lighthouse. Not a lighthouse keeper. You are a lighthouse, and there's puzzles and narrative, a story. And I've only played literally for about 30 minutes, but I think he's played for a couple of hours, and I saw a couple of puzzles that he had to solve. They're reasonably simple, and it looks pretty.
It looks pretty, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's a
random.
nice indie game that's on Game Pass.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd highly recommend getting that.
What a random
you got
game.
Game Pass.
I mean,
it's like, can you imagine putting that to your boss? Like, oh, we want new ideas for games. Well, I've got an idea. I want to be a lighthouse. Okay.
Yeah. It's almost very Salvador Dali, you know.
Is Power Wash 2 actually on? Oh my god, Power Wash Simulator 2 is actually on Game Pass. I'm just looking now and it is on Game Pass.
Oh, that's it. It's
right, so that's the end of the episode. And
it's $19.99 on Steam at the moment.
What, Power Wash Simulator 2?
Yeah, it's also a demo.
I did think about downloading the demo, but I was like, no, because it'll be a level that I'll have to then do again, kind of thing. So I was like, nope, I will not do that.
It's coming to VR as well.
But anyway, it's on Game Pass, so I don't need to worry. There you go.
Anyway, so talk to us about your purchase.
Yes, I thought I wasn't going to get it on the day before. I still hadn't got we posted we're delivering your thing tomorrow, and I was like, so I was contacting the retailer, and I said, I was literally chatting to somebody, and went, I still haven't got anything that said I'm getting a delivery, and it is tomorrow, and they were just about to answer me, and literally my phone went bing, and I got an email saying your delivery has been handed to Royal Mail or DPD or something. I was like, yay! Hang on, don't worry about it. It's just come through. And they're like, oh, cool. All right, bye. So I got it on the day. There is an unboxing video on our YouTube channel, Focus on Gaming, on YouTube. Yeah. So physically, it's from the top, it's about the same size as Steam Deck. It has got the controller style grips, and the weighting is lovely. The weight is really good. It feels lighter than Steam Deck, and I think it actually physically is lighter, but it's around the same weight. And that, in terms of weight, it feels great. It feels quite light, but then in terms of thickness, let's say this. I tried to put it in the Steam Deck case because it doesn't come with a case, the ROG Xbox Ally X. And it came about an inch above where the Steam Deck sits flush. It's it's a chunky beast. It really is chunky. So all in all, it's physically it's very comfortable to hold. I'd quite happily have it sort of above my face, playing in bed, no problem. So now in terms of the screen, turned it on, and I was like, okay, that screen looks all right. It's 1080p, so it is a higher resolution than the Steam Deck, but it is LCD like the original Steam Deck, and I didn't have an OLED version. So in that respect, I was like, okay, I'm liking this. It's looking good. Then the power, obviously, the first thing I did was install. What did I install? I still installed a couple of games. One was Soper, which is the stolen potato game. It doesn't really show off the power, but it was small, so I just installed that. And then I installed Forza Horizon 5, which was a nice 120 gigabytes. So that's when I came into my first sort of software issue, is that it's got the same thing as the Steam Deck, where it turns off even if it's plugged in, stops downloading. So I just kept having to occasionally just come and turn it back on, and eventually it did download. And so I just had a go without updating anything, just had a go, and Forza worked brilliantly, absolutely brilliantly at 1080p. I put some of the settings up high, and I was getting a good frame rate. I can't remember what kind of frame rate I was getting, but it was beautiful to look at. It was worked really well. But then we go on to the user experience, and this is where, unfortunately, you can tell that this is because it's got the Xbox full screen experience, which actually is, I mean, it is a PC handheld. It is not an Xbox. I mean, I know the the marketing of everything is an Xbox kind of thing, and yes, okay, it plays Xbox Play Anywhere titles and Xbox titles. It plays Steam titles and whatnot. So Windows is not a gaming handheld platform. This is the problem. It's janky. It's not cohesive. You've got, if you know how using a PC, you're sitting on one right now, and if you want, let's say, like you've got an Asus desktop, then you have Asus Armory Crate, and if you've got an NVIDIA graphics card, you've got the NVIDIA GeForce Experience. And then if you've got another piece of hardware, you might have software for that, like Logitech or whatever. And it just seems very divided like that. You've got Armory Crate that doesn't work with Windows, and you've got some the occasional setting that you think, hang on, I thought this was in Armory Crate. Which one is controlling it? If I change it here, will it change it there? No. And then you've got updates. To get updates for Asus and some of the hardware, you've got to go through Asus Armory Crate, and then other ones you've got to go through Windows and go into Windows Update. But then to get Windows Update, you have to go out of the Xbox. You can go through the more settings but then it opens up just the normal Windows screen, which you have to use with your fingers because there's no trackpad, and it's just Windows Update. The only thing this full screen experience does is it gets rid of a few background parts of Windows, so Windows doesn't work as Windows. That's all it does.
Right.
One thing that does work really well, once I worked out how to do it, because it doesn't tell you anything, literally nothing. I had to go on YouTube, Google, and find out this, but you had to hold down the Xbox button to do the multi-window screen changing. That works really well. You can go from a game to another window, and it brilliantly works seamlessly. So you can have multiple windows open. But that also is an issue because I'll play a Steam game and then I'll come out of that and play an Xbox game. And when I go to the multi-windows, Steam's still running. And I'm like, I don't need Steam right now. I'm playing an Xbox game. So why don't you shut down Steam? Equally, I don't really want it to automatically shut Steam because when Steam is downloading something, it will not download that unless I've got bloody Steam open. And then Steam, it was the full Windows version of Steam, and I had to manually put on Steam Big Picture mode, which is basically like the Steam Deck. It's SteamOS now. Steam Big Picture mode is the same as what you get on SteamOS. And it's just so, it just feels janky, even though it's Windows that has been around since 1989 or something. And I know it hasn't been handheld.
You'd have thought they'd have got this right, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and it is in its infancy. So 3 years ago, there was lots of features that I use on SteamOS that weren't there, and they have vastly improved SteamOS. So SteamOS has had handheld 3 years advance of this, and I'm sure that they are dedicated in improving things, and you can send suggestions in, and you can give feedback on various things. And I'm on the Xbox Insiders, so on part things, so I can get previews of features and whatnot. But it just at the moment it's so disjointed, and it's not a pleasure to use the user experience.
Yeah.
And the thing is, but I'm not somebody that's going to go, oh, don't like it, send it back. I still want it.
It looks really nice.
Yeah, I still want it. It works great, and the games do run really well. Apparently, it's been in the news today that somebody has put Bazite on it. I've seen a couple of videos of people doing that, which basically is a bit like SteamOS, but for any device.
Right.
And apparently there's up to like 32% improvement on frame rates on Bazoit, which is Linux. So they've got a lot to do, and they can improve the experience. For one thing, on Windows, when you go to the full Windows thing, they've still got, of course, Microsoft 365 on there. Why? Why have they got Microsoft? It should be there is nothing on there that has nothing to do with the handheld. And then when you go to the full desktop for the first time, it says, does their Microsoft thing? Do you actually want Teams? Do you want Microsoft 365? Do you want Edge? Do you want this? Do you want that? And you can go, yes, I want Edge. I don't want the rest of it. I don't want OneDrive.
Or it should have, do you want Windows gaming mode, or do you want Windows like desktop mode? But
this is this thing. If you exit the full screen experience, you get desktop mode. It is a desktop, but there is no mouse pads, trackpads, so you have to use touch. But who is buying this to use Word, Office? Nobody. So yes, it's on there.
Do you think perhaps
and OneDrive? There's OneDrive on there. Why is there OneDrive on there? I don't use it, although mine is full from years of whoops, I haven't turned it off. And Teams. I don't want Teams on there. I don't use.
I can understand. No, I can understand having Teams on there because I think it would work really well when you're playing others on games and you can use that facility to, play. But
let's gamers use Teams to contact each other. Said no gamer ever. You can install Discord. I mean, I don't particularly use Discord because I don't get Discord. I really don't. Gaming Dads have got Discord now because the chat's shut down, and I'm like, I don't. Technically, I don't moderate the Discord because I said to the admins, I'm like, I have no clue whatsoever. And out of about, I think, 15 mods, I think only about 4 of them went, I use Discord kind of thing. So
I wouldn't have a clue.
No.
So in comparison to the Steam Deck, do you think that if in a year's time a Steam Deck 2 comes out, all powerful, all guns blazing, that you'd sell it and get a Steam Deck
2? It would have to be. I mean, the Steam Deck, in terms of the power, because SteamOS is more optimized, you are only getting maybe, depending on the game, like something like, let's say, Cyberpunk. If you were setting it to certain settings and you got, let's say, 30 frames per second, you're probably only going to get, on the same settings, 38 frames per second. Something like that. But those 8 frames per second are going to make a difference. In some games, you're getting quite a big, you might get go from 20 to 40 kind of thing. But if it was a massive power increase and also it was pretty good value, that's the thing. If they bring out something that's relatively cheap but just as powerful as something that's out, then it lowers the price of everything else. And I can imagine, a lot of people have got a problem with the Xbox Ally X because of the price of it. And people are going, well, I've got the Ally X. Okay. I'm not going to spend $1,000 on that. So, well, no, I wouldn't expect you to because you got a Z1 Extreme chipset, which this is not much of an increase over that. But the Steam Deck, it was a good power, a good amount of power, more than that. And it's more, it is more friendly to other launchers. You don't have to go through, various other steps. But I had got used to those steps on Steam, on how to make a thing, all the other launchers run and all that kind of thing. So. So yeah, if a Steam Deck 2 came out in a year's time, no, I wouldn't upgrade because I'll have this now for at least a couple of years.
Yeah.
And I still haven't actually technically sold my Steam Deck. One's selling on eBay. One's selling on eBay for like with 512 gigabyte, and they're selling for more than mine. And mine's like, I'm like, comes with a stand because my stand doesn't work. That work with Steam Deck because it's such a chunky boy. Mine comes with a 512 gigabyte micro SD card and a 1 terabyte SSD, and an RGB backplate. Well, yeah, can't sell it at the moment. But that's the other thing. So yeah, am I sad that I bought it? Absolutely not. Is it not as pleasurable as using a Steam Deck? Yes. So if you want something that just works, believe it or not, for PC gaming, don't get the Windows handheld. It blows my mind. But this is what Gabe Newell wants to do. Gabe Newell wants to kill Windows. And he'd quite happily see everybody go to SteamOS, not because people would use Steam more, just because it would kill off Windows.
You can put Windows on a Steam Deck anyway.
You can. It will reduce the amount of frames you get in a lot of games, and also it's just a little bit janky. Well, because it's Windows.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Windows just haven't learned.
No, they need to. They've got so much under the hood of Windows that it's very difficult to reduce it down to a simple handheld thing. So what SteamOS did, they started with the very basics, and then they've added on to that. Whereas Windows have got to start from a fully fledged, bloated OS, and they've got to cut that down without cutting out useful things.
But years ago, they used to have reduced Windows platform stuff that would go on mobile devices. I'm sure their team is
they had Windows Mobile and Windows CE, which were two.
Yeah,
they weren't Windows though.
No, but I'm sure they could come up with a really bare bones thing that just loaded a Windows gaming front end. You never went into the other thing, and you could just switch to desktop mode like you do on the Steam Deck to install the games you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't understand why they're making
that's what they need to do. They need to, literally strip it down to the bare bones of what will run games. Your DirectX, your audio drivers, your graphics drivers, all this kind of thing, and the bare OS. None of this, no Teams, none of it. Just it's very specific hardware, on two different devices, and then. When you've got other devices that wish to install Windows, you can go, excellent, you work with manufacturers to add these, because they've got the ability for the hardware that other people want to use handheld mode. They already work with Asus, Lenovo, Samsung, also all these hardware manufacturers that make different hardware. So they've got the drivers for everything. They just need to start again. And they do need to steal from SteamOS as well. Get SteamOS and go, right, what makes this so good? And SteamOS works. If you want a simple console experience, SteamOS works brilliantly. You click install, something installs, and then it says play in a big button. You click on play, there you go. Game's working. Now, granted, there are some games that might have settings that you need to change or whatnot, but this is why when their games are coming to Steam, especially big ones, they encourage them to have like a Steam Deck graphics setting and stuff like that. So, Microsoft have just got to learn from everything that they've done, and hopefully, it is. I mean, it's a week old on the day of recording. So what? Yeah, it's not going to be. Yeah, it's not going to be solved overnight. And then it works. Everything works, just not cohesively. They need to say to Asus, right, Asus, sod off with your Armory crate. We don't want Armory crate anymore. We will put it, or the other way around, say to Asus, right, you do it, but Asus don't have the best history with things like that. So that, yeah, I think they do need to turn around to Asus and say, right, we'll do this. You look after the hardware side. We'll sort out the software. You've given us, we'll work with you to do update the drivers and all this kind of thing. But yeah, we're going to do this. Bring it all under one shell. Because at the moment, you've got with Steam Deck, if you want to add things that aren't in it, you've got to install Decky Loader, which is basically like an easy way of hacking, in inverted commas, your Steam Deck. But it has a store that has things that you can load, and then those things you press a button and they're all there. Now, there is a widget store, so you can add things that appear when you press the button, and you can, similar to when you press the right Steam button on Steam Deck, you get a list of things, but they're all on the top level. So if you install a widget, it adds another top level thing to scroll through. And I'm yet to find out how to edit these and get rid of some of them, because some of them are like there's like a Copilot tab. I'm like, I don't want Copilot. Plus the fact there's a shortcut for Copilot, so you don't actually need the tab at all. And that doesn't even work properly. I've tried to get that to work, didn't work, and I was like, right, I might as well get rid of it. Oh, I can't work out how to get rid of it. So yeah, it's just loads of things that are really frustrating with the user experience, and that is the only problem, because the actual power of the device, the actual ability of the device to play games with a reasonably good graphic fidelity and frame rate is really good, and I'm enjoying that part. But I've probably played in a week. I've probably played it for a total of 3 hours. I've used it for probably 10 hours. That should tell you a lot.
And what's this Decky Loader thing do?
It's basically, you go to it's on, if you type it in Google, Decky Loader, it's on GitHub.
I found that,
and you download the file to your desktop on Steam Deck, and you double click on it, and it installs it. And then when you go back to gaming mode, you press the right Steam button, and there's a little icon at the bottom. You go down to it, and there's a store. So things like, if you want to run a trainer, like a cheat for a PC game, like single player games, obviously, there's one called Cheat Deck, and you go to Cheat Deck after you downloaded a trainer or something like that, and you point to the trainer file, and it runs the trainer as a separate window, so you can run a trainer in a game. There's all things like CSS editors, so you can change the whole look of your menu, so it looks however you want, because mine I've added up on some glass reflection style things and whatnot, so it looks slightly different. What else did I use? There was a memory editor, so that you could, again, cheat in some games. I do like cheating in some games, but yeah, there's also, you could, before they allowed downloading of boot videos, there was one that people used to upload their own to, and you could download all sorts of, like, basically copyrighted things. But there is still that there, where you can download any video that someone put there, because there was when someone when they first had that Decky Loader thing on it, the developer didn't put a limit on the time, and you couldn't skip it. So there was somebody who had uploaded Shrek, like the entire movie Shrek, and somebody downloaded it as and somebody downloaded it and just did like a YouTube video of like, this is me now. I can't get into my Steam Deck until I've watched the entire movie Shrek. So they had to sit there for an hour and a half watching Shrek, making sure the screen didn't go off as well.
Love it.
And then when they eventually got into it, they had to turn it off. But it was it became a bit of a meme in the Reddit Steam Deck. Well, it was quite funny. But then the developer did put an ability A to skip them and B to have a limit on the length. And I think they restricted it to about 30 seconds. But yeah, I had the PlayStation logo loaded up on mine for a while. So every time you load up it was the PlayStation 1 logo. Yeah, that one. That was really cool. But yeah, there's an actual store on it. So like everything's free on it. There's none of them paid. But if you want to edit how your Steam Deck works, that's a great way of doing it. And Decky Loader, it's free, and everything in it is free pretty much. There's nothing charged, and most of it's pretty easy to use. So yeah, go get it. And that's the thing. At the moment, there are quite a few widgets. I'd say maybe 30 that you could you can get Spotify player on the Windows one. There's various like CPU monitors and all this kind of thing. There is one that I've got that I have downloaded called One Game Launcher. Yeah. And it's so that you can launch non-games because it'll only accept certain launchers as launchers. That's another thing. I started up Steam. Steam was there as a launcher, and I tapped on it when I first opened it, and I installed Steam, and then I logged in. That was all sorted. I had to manually download the EA app, but it did add that, automatically. Amazon launcher with all those free games from Amazon. Nope, don't recognise that one. I have to go into the full desktop mode, open it up, install something, wait for it to install, and then go back and add it. Yeah.
I added the Epic Game Store to my son's Steam Deck the other day. And I could access all the games that we had, like free games. Like I think we've got like Jurassic Park on there, Evolution, and whatever else. But Fortnite would not work because it had anti-cheat software on it.
No, so anything with various anti-cheat, you have to make sure that it goes with it. Epic generally don't allow any of their games, really, unless they're through Steam.
Yeah, the only way you could do it is to use xCloud via the Decky thing that you just mentioned. So, but hey ho. Well,
Steam Deck. If you are wanting to stream Xbox, I would highly recommend an app called XB Play. You can do it for free via a browser method, which is on the Microsoft website, so they fully support that. XB Play, though, it's an actual app on Steam. It's only about £5, probably $6 or $7, and it's very simple. It loads up. It has a nice big thing that you can tap saying stream or remote play, and it has all your games there once you've logged in, and it works. I found a lot better than the website version.
Unfortunately, though, on September the 30th, the guy delisted it from the App Store.
What, XB Play?
Yep.
What?
According to Reddit.
Oh, that's a bit unfortunate.
Unfortunate.
Oh yeah, he's no longer going to be able to support it. Yeah. That was September the 16th. Huh. Oh, that's real unfortunate. There is another one that some people told me about. It's green something or other. Xbox Steam Stream. There we I can't remember what it's called. So yeah, somebody did say it was green, but no. Green light. Yeah, green light. There we go. But that isn't via Steam. So yeah, if you want to stream Xbox anyway, the browser way does work very well, and it is on the Microsoft website. So if you just type in stream Xbox on Steam Deck, they've got official instructions, which are easy to follow, and means you can have it in gaming mode rather than having to go it via the desktop browser. So
and Fortnite is free on the Game Pass, so you don't have to have a subscription. So
indeed, yeah. I mean,
so,
you can stream it on phones as well, can't you? I think.
Yeah,
I think you can stream it via their
now
website
as well.
On phones. I think at least on Android anyway, the Epic Game Store is on there, so you can get not Fall Guys. There's about 3 or 4 games. I think there's some kind of Rocket League game. It's not the full Rocket League game.
No.
Rocket League Blitz or something like that. There's a few others. They give away a monthly free game, I think, on there. They haven't honoured a weekly game, but I think once a month you can get a free game on the.
That's right. Yeah, I've got a few of them. I've not really enjoyed most of them, but
most of them have been a bit meh. But
yeah, well, I think we have, put to bed the fact that the Xbox Ally is rubbish, but Duncan's happy.
It is rubbish. The user experience is rubbish.
There you go. But the machine is awesome.
But the machine is awesome. And if you're that bothered about the user experience and you don't want to give it a chance, put Bazite on it. You're sorted.
Yeah.
And apparently, if you do wipe it and you have to reinstall the software through Asus BIOS or something, apparently it takes forever to install it. Apparently there was an iFixit referred to it as glacial.
Really? I mean, it will come down in price quite quickly anyway, I think. So,
and the upgradability and repairability apparently has got a 7 out of 10 on iFixit, which is pretty good because you can upgrade the hard drive, the NVMe. It's a standard 2280, and apparently the battery and sticks are very easy to replace. So Hall effect sticks might be on the cards if they get released. Right, yeah. Yep, so that's all my moaning about the ROG Xbox Ally X. I think I said that the right way around. But
you did. Congratulations. So, to our listeners, subscribe, follow us on all the various channels and socials and God knows what else. It really does help the channel, so it helps the podcast as well. So if you can follow us, that would be awesome. Share it with your friends, and it keeps the podcast free, which always is good. We've got some great interviews coming up in the next few weeks, including an interview with Blaze Entertainment, who do the what's it called, Duncan? Evercade. Thank you. And also the Vectrix Mini. We're going to be talking to the guys behind that. So some really interesting stuff coming up that we're excited to show you, and of course much more, including the gamer card review. So watch this space, and we will be back next week.
Goodbye.